All right, so in the beginner's guide to Twitter, I wanted to tell you about my personal favorite Twitter tool. It's not made by Twitter, it's a third-party tool, but really it's amazing. So it's called Hootsuite, and it has a fun little owl as their mascot. And as you can see in this lesson, I show you a quick screenshot, but I actually wanted to walk you through how it works. So I have already loaded up Hootsuite, and I scheduled a few tweets and have mentions and all that stuff from my Edudemic account. So here's how I use it. So I go to Twitter, this tab right up here, and you can always change what that's called. And that will load up all the mentions and show you the tweets that are happening live in real time. So it's a great way to keep track of what people are saying. These aren't necessarily anything that you need to read every single one of, but it's a great way to follow your Twitter feed. Here's where the real fun stuff comes in though. In the same exact size column, you get all your mentions. So when people are mentioning your username on Twitter, it'll show up here. So it's really fun and a really simple, straightforward way to keep track of all the mentions. And it loads them all up simultaneously. So you don't need to go to Twitter, which I'll show you right now. And you don't need to click on this connect button up here, because that takes a second to load anyway. With Hootsuite, it just loads it all up in the middle, which is pretty cool. You can even reply right to tweets from within that. You can just click this little arrow, hit reply, and it'll automatically populate it with the person's name that you're writing to, so you could just write that. So we're not going to reply to this person because I don't need to write back gibberish. But one of the real killer features that you can't do in Twitter yet is schedule tweets. And I just went through and scheduled a few tweets just to show you what it'll actually look like. So this is a sneak preview of what it'll look like. But you're probably watching this a little bit later on. So in any case, if it's after May 26th at 2:30 p.m., you will have seen that I tweeted this, the Teacher's Guide to Google Glass. So it'll automatically tweet that for me. I don't need to be actively using Twitter. I like to use Twitter a ton actively in person, but it's important to maintain all the new articles and to tweet them out when they happen on your blog. So I'd recommend using Hootsuite scheduling so you can make sure that you didn't forget to tweet out a new or interesting article that you really wanted to raise to people's attention. I typically use it just to announce my own stuff, but you can of course do it in a different way. You could always hit retweet and it'll give you the option to schedule the tweet. So how do you actually schedule a tweet? You go to compose message, and this is a scheduled tweet. And you can add in a link if you want. So we'll just type in modernlessons.com, and you can automatically shrink it. And instead of hitting the send now button, you just hit this little calendar icon, and you can hit exactly what day you want it to go on, what time. So do we want to do it at 5:35 p.m.? Let's say 5:35 a.m. And we would just hit schedule and it would automatically send it out. Or tweet it, I guess would be the right word. So you can also email me when the message is sent, which is pretty handy. So we'll just get rid of that. We don't need to do that. Did you know that you can use it for more than Twitter though? You can use Hootsuite for Facebook and for Google+, as well as some other social networks. All you do is click Add Social Network right here, and you can see you can use it for LinkedIn, Foursquare, WordPress, MySpace, and Mixi. They seem to be adding more on a regular basis, which is pretty fun, but we don't need that tab. So we're going to click off that, and now we're going to go to Google Plus right here. So I've scheduled a few ahead of time here just to show you. We have scheduled messages, and I'll also show you my Google Plus home stream. So it tells you everything that you should check out that's pretty cool on Google+. Same deal with Facebook right here. So we'll load up that. Sometimes it takes a second. I scheduled a few Facebook posts that you can check out, and it'll show you all the stuff happening on your Facebook. So pretty easy to do. Same exact thing with Twitter. You can also, instead of just monitoring the streams, check out analytics. So it'll show you who's clicking on what. So you can click on literally who clicked what. It'll show you who clicked it, where they're located, all that good stuff. There's a bunch of other things you can do with it, like add contacts to it. You can also create some assignments, which is pretty fun. If you're a part of an organization, you can assign people to tweet or update Facebook it's really pretty straightforward. That's great if you have a business with a lot of people in it, or an organization where you want to keep everybody active on social media using the same account. So you can assign them tasks, essentially. And under the little gear icon is the usual settings stuff that you should probably be pretty familiar with. And you can upgrade to Pro if you want, which will let you do a lot more, like update other social networks like LinkedIn. Basically, right now you get 3 for free, and you can add in a couple more later if you want to upgrade to Pro. And that's about it. So I hope that made sense and that you give Hootsuite a try.